Welcome back, everyone. You can join a movement to save the Sorg Opera House. A comedy benefit for the famous theater in Middletown is happening this weekend. And here to talk about Scriptless in Seattle is Justin Folger and Eli Popick. Gentlemen, thanks for coming in.
It's a pleasure. Thanks so much for having us.
Well, let's talk about this space before we get into what you guys do and how we're going to make people laugh this weekend. For those who don't know the Sorg Opera House, it is a special kind of place. Talk about that.
It's funny that you're having us on today. Exactly 132 years ago, in 1891, was the grand opening of the Sorg Opera House.
No kidding.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
132 years to
Hit
the
it
day.
on the date. Let's say we planned that.
Let's say we planned it. For
Let's go
sure.
with that.
Let's go with that.
But it's got all of the feel and the ambiance and all of that of a place that was built on. You walk in, I mentioned during the commercial break, you walk in, you just kind of feel it.
Oh, yeah. It's a special space.
Yeah.
It's historic. There's generations have been performing in that space, and we're excited to be a part of it for sure.
Yeah.
So
how did you guys become a part of this movement to sort of save the Sorg?
Well, we do a lot of comedy shows at a lot of different places, and we love historic theaters. We're actually later this year, actually just this month, we're at the Cedarville Opera House, another historic theater. We perform in old places all the time. It's special.
Okay.
It's fun to kind of take a modern comedy movement and marry it to something so old. So doing that kind of thing is something we do all the time, and we got in touch with, I think it was actually through the mayor put us in touch with the person in charge of the Sorg.
Nice.
And we started exchanging emails in February of this year, and it worked out that they're trying to restore they've got an orchestra level and a mezzanine level that are all done, but they're working on the third level, which is the balcony, and hopefully with a little bit of money from a comedy show and maybe some other sources, they'll be able to restore that to its former glory.
I didn't realize they'd made that much progress already. That's great.
They're doing good work.
Well, Eli, let's talk about Scriptless in Seattle and the kind of things you do. Very Whose Line Is It Anyway kind of a feel.
Oh, yeah. It's inspired both of us.
Yeah.
Seeing just what they've done there. Colin Mockery is just
hilarious.
A big influence on myself, and being able to do that and do comedy in the same style is just really rewarding. And we've been doing it since we were actually in high school together is when we started. We've been going since and going strong.
Anytime I watch a show like Whose Line, it's always the music stuff that blows me away. Like I don't get how your brain puts together a song that quickly. Do you guys do stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Oh my
100%. It took some learning. It's a whole different muscle. You do a scene on stage and it's one kind of muscle, and then you come up with rhymes that quickly and you rap and especially when you're getting the information for the first time 12 seconds before the music starts.
Right.
It's a lot of respect to Wayne Brady, but it can be done.
Wayne Brady's a five-tool guy, man.
Oh,
He could do
anything.
all of it. Yeah. He could do anything.
Well, what we've talked about is that you actually have to learn how to speak before you think, which you usually don't want to try to do. And then trying to figure out how to use a filter at the same time.
And then find a way to justify it after you've already spoken. That's awesome. It's a good time.
How do you, when you're interacting with a crowd like that, every crowd is going to be a little different. Do you get a sense pretty early on whether, this is going to be a good crowd, this one's going to work? Or do you not really have a sense of that until you really kind of get into it a little bit?
I mean, I will do some crowd work at the beginning and I'll talk to the audience. I'll ask them questions. I'll just kind of get a feel for who they are and I'll try and warm them up a little bit.
Yeah.
And in that first 2-3 minutes, I can usually tell if it's going to be a good crowd or if it's going to take some doing to get them excited about it. Which
sometimes you have to win them over.
You got to earn their respect. You got to earn their respect because if you're not funny early on, it doesn't. It'll carry over for the rest of the show.
They want to laugh, but they're not going to do it for just anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Perfect.
You got to earn it.
Well, listen. If people want to come out and they want to see the Sorg and how much it's improved already, and they just want to laugh, give me all the details about the show.
Excellent. So it's actually just later this week. It's Saturday the 16th. It's at 8 p.m.
Okay.
On the Sorg's website, you can get a link to purchase tickets, but also on our website, which is scriptlessinseattle.com. So scriptlessinseattle.com. Tickets are $25. You can purchase them there on the website, and part of those proceeds go to making the Sorg happen.
I love that.
Restoring it. So.
Justin, Eli, thank you for coming in. I know it was a tough drive getting down here with the weather and everything, so I appreciate you coming in very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, break a leg. It's we'll call it 9:27. It's being called the Beyonce.